Pickaxe.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did she have to fight a dragon?
Nope, she bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
So good, so good, so good.
New spring arrivals are at Nordstrom Rack stores now. Get ready to save big with up to 60% off Rag & Bone, Marc Jacobs, Free People, and more.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
Because there's always something new.
Join the Nordy Club to unlock exclusive discounts, shop new arrivals first, and more. Plus, buy online and pick up at your favorite Rack store for free. Great brands, great prices. That's why you Rack.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it. With a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Welcome to Extended Rest, where we kick back, look back, and unpack everything our heroes have been through in the past month's episodes, except for this time, it's going to be 2 months. We're going through 2 whole months of episodes, as well as hyping everyone up for Theriathon. So with that in mind, let's talk about episodes 36 through 42. And so you can go ahead and grab your favorite drink, and let's relive Theria 1 month at a time. Going around the table... Hi, I'm Brianna. I'm the person who runs these, and it doesn't have an official name. Starting with Jason.
I thought Extended Rest was the official name.
I meant, I can't say I'm, the dungeon master. There's no,
Oh, host?
There's no
Just go with
label.
host.
I'm the host. Okay, I'm the hostess.
Hi. I am the dungeon master usually, but not today. I'm just here chaperoning.
And we also have a bunch of new faces who you guys are going to get to know pretty soon, hopefully. Starting with Rachel.
I'm Rachel.
Aw.
I don't know what else to add. I don't have character stuff set up fully, so.
Yeah. Alan.
Hey everybody, I'm Alan. I help out with some of the tech stuff on the back end of things.
Very much. And last but not least, you're not going to see our face today, but Jen.
Hello, everybody. I am Jen, and I will remain a mystery for the time being.
So over on Patreon, there's a whole other group called Homefront. And if you're familiar with Frostbourne, they started this fort. And there's a bunch of settlers there, and then they just kind of took off. So Homefront is covering what happens around the actual fort and everything that goes into that. There's a third group we're starting, and you're going to see a couple of returning cast members and some new cast members, and that should be up. Their first episode, if everything goes well, should be during Theriathon. So it'll be a good way to kind of introduce everybody.
Yippee!
Again, that's if everything goes well. And recently, that has not happened.
A rough week on the DNR side of things. Not the best week of our lives. So
just tech stuff.
I'm excited to just talk about the episodes. So what I decided to do, because as we all know, Jasper made an amazing recap of 20 episodes. And that came out last month instead of Extended Rest. So we have to do a little bit of catch up. And what I decided to do, because it seemed to make the most sense, is we're going to talk about episodes 36 through 40 first, because that pretty much wraps up an arc that we will talk about. Then we'll do the next 2 episodes, and then we'll end with a special secret surprise. So episodes 36 through 40. We opened February with the group scattered and broken. Chimera and Logrin had ended their battle, and they kind of discover the extent of everything that happened. They find shelter with Mrs. Halfdick, and where they were able to stabilize everyone and come up with a kind of false narrative that kind of completely absolved Chimera of responsibility while recovering.
Yeah.
For now. I mean, everyone just thinks it was a werewolf, and like, who's going to prove it? Speaking of repercussions for actions, though, Chimera does realize that the gear heart may contain a trapped soul of Jesse, which Lagrin doesn't even want to acknowledge. I really liked that scene where Lagrin was just like, no, we're not. Look, it's not about whether or not I believe you. No.
At the time, I was kind of like, oh, I don't, like, why aren't we just dealing with this? But recently, we've had a lot of car trouble. And if I found out there was a trapped soul of someone I used to know, it's like, you know what? No, we're just going to deal with the sunroof first, and then we're going to work our way back. I don't know.
Speaking of the Gearheart, Nythera and Ruby return from the investigation to the aftermath of everything that happened during the fight. And they track down the Gearheart to the Gloaming Quarter. Gloaming Quarter. Chet is actively dying, and Nythera has to take on the procedure to save him. Ruby assists, and Chet survives barely without being forced to turn, which was, they actually asked him directly, like, hey, do you want to be a vampire? And he was like, nah, I'd prefer not, please. So they were able to stop that from happening. The party then reunited and shared all the information across from one another. The disaster, Chimera's loss of control, Chet's poisoning, Thane's manipulation. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
That's Mark. So we were just talking about episodes 36 through 40. So where was I? They uncover that Silver Fox fabricated the werewolf crisis to gain power and has been committing serial murders and framing people into being werewolves and such. But more importantly, Aura is missing again and prompts the group to track her down to like a rooftop where she's known to go to kind of think about things. And I really love this scene because that's where we're kind of revealed that like she's standing at the ledge and you really think that it's about to go one way. And then it turns out that she'd actually been kidnapped, and there's a final standoff between Thane and the group. There's kind of a negotiations for a second, and then it just becomes battle. Basically, at the end, Thane tries to push Nythera off the roof. We barely managed to survive that, and then Nythera recovers and ultimately kills him, sending him off the rooftop to his death. We then had a roll to whether his body was there, and it was, thankfully. After all of that, everyone kind of comes down. They go to Mayor Corbin Hale, and kind of expose everything that had happened, including like everything with Thane and the murder and the kidnapping and the fake werewolf attacks, as well as corruption within the city guard. They show the dagger from Nythera's previous lover. They are able to like show the tooth that he used to like turn people to werewolves before he killed them, so that it would look like they had been werewolves all along. And then the mayor is convinced, offers support, and asks the group to remain in the city with him so they can address all the issues. And then that's kind of, like I said, a cap to this arc of Thane Silver Fox. The party is exhausted, but won. And they dismantled an entire operation and kind of helped stabilize the city for now. Yay!
That's a lot of recap. That is like a lot of recap.
Now you guys talk.
So one, we cannot miss extended rests anymore. I don't care what's going on, because that is too much. Like, especially, I often wonder, like someone who's just jumping in, we've done a lot to try and make DNR a little more new listener friendly or returning listener friendly, because there's always been a thing where it's like, well, I'm listening, to episode 1 and going all the way through. Don't. Like, this is that Frostbourne is set up so that there's only 40 episodes. They're not that long. Jump in. But someone like Karth, who is just joining and listened to all that, I wonder if they're even still here. It's just like, nope. I'm done. That's too much.
That was a whiplash. And again, that's kind of why I was like, hey, we're going to not have me ask individual questions this specific time.
Yeah.
Karth is here. Hi, Karth. Karth is still around. And Jazz Dog Jake, I actually had a breakdown of the fight as well, and did mention like I had the worst luck in Theria snowstorm on top of all of that, and I kind of skipped over it because I was like, I've been talking for a long time. But yes, they also did have the worst luck in Theria, which brought on this huge storm that nearly swept everybody off the roof. It was a lot of stuff happened.
So this is not our usual setup, obviously, right? Alan, Mark, Rachel, Jen, they're all new. And Alan is mostly here for tech stuff, but he's going to be in Theriathon. There's, I play with him each month on Patreon. So we're going to have to establish you very quickly. I need life stories from all of you right now. Social security numbers would be good. But you don't have to share those with the chat. That's just us. That's just a DNR thing. We need those.
Is this
for money
hazing?
laundering reason. No.
This feels like hazing.
It's all just part of your standard non-disclosure.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Should have signed it.
I don't think anything from us is legally binding. Anything we get you to sign, if we got you to sign anything, would be no. Okay.
I feel like there was some verbal consent at the Patreon level.
Yeah.
Ooh, fine print.
First of all, are you guys caught up on the show? I would imagine yes.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So, good God, this is the first we've gotten to talk to you guys about the show on the show. So, we still have 3 more episodes to talk about, but
2 more.
2 more. Sorry, that's right. When things were kind of at their worst in Esterhold, and it looks like we'd spend the rest of our campaign there.
Yeah.
Was there part of you that's just screaming, stop getting involved, or like stop picking up quests there, stop, caring about other people? Like I often wonder, because I'm way too close to it, obviously, and I'm kind of just game for what the group is game for. So how are you guys viewing it from the outside?
I think it adds a lot more to how alive the world feels. Like if you're just going straight from plot point A, plot point B, plot point C without any character development or anything interesting happening in between, it feels a lot flatter. And I think Theria does a really good job of making sure that things are still happening, even if the characters aren't in the scene with things happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really lends to that sandbox idea that stuff's going on whether you're there or not. And so it's kind of like when you're playing those MMOs where you roll into any settlement and all of a sudden 3 potential quests show up and you're like, crap, how am I supposed to do all 3 of these and then still be on track with my main goal? Poop.
I always get stressed out playing like The Witcher 3. I've tried so many times. I think my Skyrim days are over where I can just...
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't have the time. Like I don't, I can't.
I only tried Skyrim that one time, and I think we proved that I'm not one for open concept MMOs or role-playing games.
Yeah. I modded the game so fast and got nowhere in the story eventually that I just was messing around in my random hot springs bathhouse. Yeah, because that is important to the story.
I can lose myself in a game, but it has to be something where I see numbers go up. Like it has to be a roguelike. It has to be like Satisfactory, where it's like, hey, I have control over things. Look, I ran this factory. I'm doing a good job. It has to be something like that. It can't be quest based because I cannot. I never feel like I'm doing anything. I don't feel like I'm, anybody who's watched me play an RPG, like I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere because every time you do a quest, there's 3 more because you've met new people and I can't. So,
hey everyone, this is Ken
and Adam
from the Lured Up podcast.
If you're a fan of gaming and geek culture, we've got something for you to check out.
Our show Lured Up dives deep into the world of Pokemon Go, offering critical gameplay coverage plus exclusive insights straight from Niantic.
We bring the community together on our weekly podcast live streams, in our Discord, and of course out there on the game board IRL. IRL.
Our goal is to create positive content that has its finger on the pulse of the Pokemon Go fandom. If it's happening in Pokemon Go, it's happening on Lured Up.
Subscribe now at luredup.com and listen while you play.
Rachel, let's say you were on the group at this time, and you're not joining Frostbourne, but like, let's say you were. Is there something glaring that you're looking at from the outside and you're like, okay, well, we could fix this by doing A or B, and it's just something that isn't occurring to the group at the time?
Truly, no. I really have enjoyed just listening and getting so in PG4, we do a lot of combat, right? We don't do a ton of exploring in cities, and even shopping we've done very minimally. So it's been a really nice shift getting the background and getting to watch all the characters interact. I really like how just even their personalities kind of mesh so well together. Yeah.
Karth is saying that they got stressed out right around episode 17 with choices the group is making. That's going to happen. And I there's such a fine line with that, because it proves you're invested. Like, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, Game of Thrones is a good example. There's some questionable decision making from that entire like cast of characters, and it's like, why are you but I am invested. But there is a fine line between invested and like, what are you doing? Like, horror movie, why are you going in there type stuff. So keep us posted. I'm really interested, actually.
The only thing that came up at all was a while ago. I don't even know exactly what episode, but when they find something involving like the writers that we knew about, that was the only section where they like bury stuff. I was like, oh no. But otherwise, that's it.
All right, do we want to jump into the next episode?
Yeah. Wait, that was all one episode?
No, that was 36 through 40. Remember?
Okay. The way it was phrased, it's like, that was not one episode, was it? I don't know what I say week to week.
Yeah, that's what I'm used to saying in this segue. This is a weird episode.
Yeah.
So before we hop to that, I do want to say that reveal where Aura wasn't by herself on the edge of the building was so awesome.
I was chasing up while I was editing that.
Did not see that coming. So for that to be that quick reveal, I'm like, oh, there's a whole lot more going on here. And of course, then that led on to everything that came afterward. That was excellent.
That was also one of those ones, and this happens from time to time. Usually I have to do some tweaking, but I had the music in there already while I'm editing, a little behind the scenes. And the music swelled at exactly the right point already. And that's so rare, but it did it by itself. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like, I heard it for the first time with the music already lined up perfectly. Usually when a moment like that happens, it's like, okay, well, now I have to find the part in the music that would go well with this. But it's always nice when it just happens. All right. Episode 41, Meditative Maintenance. This one's a lot simpler because it's not 6 episodes at once. During a rare moment of calm, the party is settled in the guest quarters of Mayor Corbin Hale's house. It's very clear that they are not prisoners, but they are kind of, what's it called when you watch a thing happen and then you talk about it
Witness?
to the cops. They're witnesses. Yeah, they're at least witnesses.
A snitch?
But like very important ones.
No.
I don't think Lachlan would like it if you called him a snitch for some reason. I feel like that would be like a personal thing.
Come on, he never even had a heist. How could he be a snitch?
Yeah,
that's true. So Ruby kind of goes around distributing drinks, and that's how we kind of check in on everybody. And during the conversations, Chimera kind of breaks down what happened between himself and Kolgoth and Logren and Aura. And Nythera kind of relates to him by talking about how her old Raven's Breath persona kind of took her over for a moment. And then she does finally tell Chimera that they have a lead for killing Kolgoth, which is something that they'd kept secret until that point. At the same time, the truth about Jesse and the Gearheart comes out, and Ruby has like, it's like a cross between like existential crisis because there's a soul in her car, and also like this weird excitement because like there's a soul in my car, and she just kind of wants to play with that. Aura and Chimera have their own sweet moments, and it kind of ends with Aura acknowledging that Morgoth needs to die. Logren kind of sits this episode out to a weird degree, because he's just fully in planning mode and he's going over the list of all the necessary items. And the next morning, he makes the decision that they're going to go to Odyssia next, but he has not told the rest of the group yet in that episode. So that's where we end off.
I feel like that's the most dad shit in the world. Like, when my dad did that when I was younger, I didn't get it. Like, just not, it's like, look, I'm going to be in the garage, or I'll be over here, and I'm going to, like, this door, this hinge needs tightening, and it's bit like, I didn't get that when I was younger, and now I'm like, oh, that's the one thing you have control over right now. I got it. Oh, okay.
I would literally end a life just to be alone for like 30 seconds.
There's even a point in the episode where he's like, right. It's like, oh my goodness. Karth, thank you. Karth's up. There's even a moment where it's like, oh, you're gonna sit down in this room and join me. Cool. Like, there's just a minute where he's like, just please leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah. And that's, as a DM, I know that must be weird when a player's just like, no, I'm sitting this session out, basically. I'm a spectator. It's like, that's
well, when you play with friends, there's always a moment where you're like, is Jameson okay? And that's it. Are you cool? Like, I just want to make sure that like everything, because sometimes just like way back in the day with group 1, Tom would hit me up during a session. He's like, I'm not doing combat today. He wasn't feeling it, but that was how he told me.
Yeah.
Right. But like at the time, Tom
was such a
19,
diva.
20. Yeah, he was. And he'll tell you he was a diva. And it's like, so what do I do? Like, what, what I guess, okay, we'll just work around that. But yeah.
I'm playing with Jason later, and I haven't told him yet that I'm just not going to do combat. I'll tell him.
Well, here's the thing. That was very early in my DM career. Now I'll just say, all right, stand there. I don't give a shit. Like, I've just, like, things are going to happen. Like, so tune in on our Discord later to see that, I guess.
Yeah. So for everyone else, because you've all played D&D groups before, have you ever had that kind of session where you're kind of just like sitting back and everyone else is chatting? And you're just like, it would make sense for my character to just like sit back and not engage.
So I have actively tried to make a character that could do that, and yet somehow I'm always pulled into being the face for some reason.
Are you, or are you electing and you're like, oh, okay, I'll do it? Like, is it? So, we need to look inward. I'm just saying, we need to look inward sometimes. That's all.
There's someone I could think of on the cast who was always like, oh, it sucks that I'm always the leader. Anyway, I'm going to separate myself from the group and go talk to other leaders constantly. And it's like,
I said that very early on. It's like, why am I always running things? It's like, no, I need to be in control. I need to run things. Like, it's that. Like, it's my fault.
All right.
Know thyself. It's fine.
Well, my counter here is, if I didn't, we would probably be kidnapped and in a hole because the druid decided to trust a weird hippie high druid. So,
That's why 9 times out of 10, I'm the party pooper. I'm the one who like stops the party from doing the stupid fun thing. Because if I didn't, then we would have been selling drugs in Arc 3, like immediately, like out the gate. Merrick was
if you're making a good living,
sell some drugs.
Yeah, we
found
10
them in
years
the
ago
woods next to this body. It's gonna be great.
That's free drugs. Like, God.
Did they wear gloves
economy?
Though? I mean, free drugs to sell, like you said, Jason. In this economy, that's like how much gas? A week, 2? Damn.
That's all profit too, as long as you don't get caught. Cops are all AI now anyway, I think. I don't fucking know. Like,
cops aren't real, just
cameras.
like birds.
I think I literally think we have one cop in Hancock. So if we wanted to start a drug empire.
Maybe he's in on it.
I was going to say, you just put him on the payroll. It's a pretty low bar.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's like,
highlight your biases. She might be in on it.
Yep. Nope.
Time to re-examine. Think about that.
What I know of your town, though.
It is surprising. It is genuinely surprising.
I just don't think there were other volunteers. Yeah.
Because they're all doing drugs.
Bullied as a child.
No, they're somewhere else right now.
So some of you guys have played with me for a while, years, right? Knowing that and knowing my particular playstyle and how seriously I take things on the show versus Patreon groups, how excited are you to play in an actual like canon session, and how nervous are you that something terrible is going to happen right away? Because I have a reputation. I'm not
equal parts both. Does that work?
That's fair.
But like, in fairness, when I started playing with you, I think I sat down probably like an hour ahead of time to make sure everything was perfectly set. And I did that for years prior to sitting down with our group.
Really?
So yeah, but
it's appreciated. Nowadays, it's me screwing stuff up. Like yesterday, we tried to get a session in and just tech is not working with us.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card and earn up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash. Got paid back? With the Venmo debit card, you can instantly access your balance and spend on what you want, like game day snacks, gear, tickets, and more. The more you do, the more cash back you can earn. Plus, there's no monthly fee or minimum balance. Sign up now at Venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
This episode is brought to you by White Claw Surge. Nice choice hitting up this podcast. No surprises. You're all about diving into tastes everyone in the room can enjoy. Just like White Claw Surge. It's for celebrating those moments when connections have been made and the night's just begun. With bold flavors and 8% alcohol by volume, unleash the night. Unleash White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. 8% alcohol by volume. White Claw Seltzer Works. Chicago, Illinois.
But
I think there's an expectation, of course, something is going to happen that's terrible. It's Theria. It is not a sunny place. However, if it's a really cool opportunity to tell a new story in a different corner, that's the part where in a Patreon group it felt a little different. It's like, yeah, you're making up the story, but it's kind of the story that lives in a vacuum.
Yeah. And it kind of has to, because like originally what I wanted to do is have all the groups interact. That we could barely get groups to sit down to play. So like having them interact with everybody, that's a nightmare. Scheduling wise, I just don't think it's possible.
I mean, how many crossover episodes? How many Patreon group members are at this point? I mean, trying to get 20, 30 people to sit down at a semi-regular schedule, it's
never going to happen.
Near impossible. Especially spanning continents at this point. So
it's a lovely thought, though. It's a neat idea. Just, never going to happen.
All right. Are we ready? First of all, can you hear my cat?
Yes, I can, but I'm in the house, so don't.
No, you can
go
turn it
let her
up a bit.
in, and then she's gonna scream. Okay, then she'll just be in here screaming. So it's like, well, if she's in the hallway, at least the listeners can't hear her screaming.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the last episode we're talking about this extended rest, which is the coming storm. The group has an audience with Kragus Ironhorn and break down their plan with him. And Logren makes a incessantly good impression. Like these two, I think he might have met a soulmate in this moment. Like it was so good. He makes a really great impression, and they are able to receive a 4-month delay before Kragus moves forward with the invasion that he was planning. He even becomes so trusting that he lets Logren swing Stormrender, which had been smuggled to him by Barnaby Halfdick. So like, crossover there. After the meetup, the party goes over their inventory. They get silver daggers to work with Nythira's thing, the thingy that makes it go swoosh.
I think she called it her
Assassin's Gauntlet Dagger.
Yeah, that thing. And Ruby grabs a potion of heroism as a gift to Nythira to counter the Raven's Mask risk vibe. And we end off the episode with a much needed discussion between Chimera and Kolgoth. Not much gets resolved, though. Chimera asks for information on Umanero and also for Kolgoth to heal Aura's facial injury, because we know that Aura is dealing with a lot and he just wants to help her with that. Kolgoth is frustrated and kind of is like, that bitch's soul's never going to be mine then, right? And he's like, yeah, no. But he does agree to do it in exchange for a meeting that night. And that's probably where we're going to pick up the next episode. And I'm really excited to know what Kolgoth wants.
I'm very much looking forward to the next episode. I like, we're playing tomorrow and there's something I've been sitting on for a long time and I can't wait to finally pull the trigger on it. And it's just...
Do we not have an episode in the tank right now? I thought we did. Do we?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't remember what I did.
That's
no,
fine.
we
You
do have
barely
one.
remembered it was March.
That's where I'm at. The less I pay attention to things, the happier I am. I don't know why. There's like a weird correlation.
Next week it's April.
There is literally a countdown clock behind me at all times reminding me when big events are. There's 2. It's set to Theriathon right now, 20 days left. And then it's Dragon Con right after that. So it just, no. I watched that tick. It was 100 days, I feel like, last time I turned around, and much less.
Yep. And then in May, I'm actually going to be gone for 2 weeks. So we have to prep for that too. It's going to be intense.
Okay. Putting aside the next session, I was a little surprised at how well Jameson did, like, kind of, you know what I mean? Like those two characters are so alike in a weird way.
Mm-hmm. And it could have gone the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I think it's mostly because both of them are able to like shrug off insults pretty well. And like, yeah, I'm not like that. Like, I don't know. That's what it felt like to me anyway, is like it could have become a big problem. And instead they just became buddies.
It was a Step Brothers thing, right? Did we just become best friends? Like it was nice. I liked it.
Well, and Jameson has done so much to just be absolutely transparent, especially in that conversation. It's like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I want to do. So that there's no misunderstandings. I'm not talking in any fancy. I'm not making metaphors. This is it. Are you in? Are you out?
Yeah. I think Logren is so intentional with, if he's telling the truth, he's all in. And if he's lying, he's all in. And there's like no middle ground. Like, I love a group with a leader that doesn't do like the half-truth thing. I fucking hate the half-truth thing. And that happens so often where it's like, it's not really a lie, so I don't have to roll, right? Like that whole thing. He's like, no, I'm going to fucking lie. I'm going to lie my ass off right now. Or I'm going to tell the truth. And I'm going to tell you everything right away. I think Elle might have killed Molly.
No, she's right behind you. She's right behind you.
Oh! Elle just said no more scream. And I was like, oh, okay. What a bitch. Anyway, everyone in this call, except for Mark, saw that like I had Molly at the start of this and she screamed to be let out. So
that's cat shit, man. That's just cat.
So cat shit.
Just cat. We have a session later tonight at 6:30. It's 3 hours. 3 hours from now. Okay.
Yep.
So 3 hours from now we have a session, and I know that's going to go poorly. Not the session itself, but the decisions made within the session. I know it's going to go poorly because I know what I'm going to throw at them. Alan?
It's PG-3. That's what we do.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter what campaign it is. It doesn't matter what system we play. We've tried Cortex. We've tried Vampire. It doesn't matter because it's the nature of the people in it. So that'll be on Discord. But what I want to tease the next episode because I just remembered everything that happened in it. But I don't want to spoil anything.
But what if you did though?
I can't. I can't do that.
Okay,
it would
fine.
be mean.
Let's move on. There's one last thing I wanted to talk about during this extended rest, specifically as it leads up to Theriathon, and I think some people in this chat have been participating in it. Finally, the ARG. Before we end this live show, I wanted to have Jason sort of summarize something that has been happening in the community for some time leading up to Theriathon for folks who might be out of the loop. if you've been following along alongside the episodes themselves, you might already know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, like I haven't really been able to do, there's been an entire alternate reality game, ARG, running alongside the show for a couple of months now. There's been videos, there's been puzzles, there's been hidden messages, like secret signals, all of that. And a lot of very dedicated people in our server, our Discord server, have been putting their heads together to figure out what's going on. And they've even been in direct communication with an NPC who we have reason to believe is in Theria right now. So for anyone who's maybe a little out of the loop, like I am, Jason, do you want to give us the rundown on what's been happening?
Nah. No. No.
Oh. I told you I was doing this.
I know. So a few months back, I started putting like little things in the Discord and on the website, and just all over the place. And slowly but surely, it's been ramping up, and everyone's been working on it, solving puzzles. They've been able to talk to this character. Lucas has been able to talk with them. And the entire thing's building up to not only the theme of Theriathon, but events that are going to be interactable. So during Theriathon, not only are we giving stuff away at the end of Theriathon with the contest, but everybody who kind of knows what's going on, there'll be portions of Theriathon where they get to weigh in and make decisions that will affect the cast and will affect their characters, but the cast doesn't get a say in that because they don't know about it, if that makes sense. Susan's going to be fucking furious about that because Susan
has been following along and like helping.
Very much so. Yeah. I dropped one of the ARG things before a session and she chewed me out. Like she's like, we had a session and now I had, yeah. So this is going to be the most interactable Theriathon, and I'm really excited and nervous because it could break so easily, and everything has. So I'm trying to get all of our tech difficulties out now so that in April everything runs smoothly, and it'll be that way forever.
So if someone wanted to jump in right now, I wanted to know, is it too late, or are there still going to be moments of participation in the Discord server before?
Right now I think they're trying to solve the hardest puzzle. And anyone who is even like, I've had a lot of people, it's like, oh, I'm not smart enough. That is bullshit. Like, a fresh set of eyes never hurts. Like, hop in, look around. I know that there is a whole Google folder full of stuff and recaps and all that. There's a bunch of pinned messages in the ARG channel, but like, yeah, no, take a look at it because you might see something that, they don't see. Like, they're a little too close to it. Sorry, Kier.
Dope.
Kier said I haven't understood any of it, sir.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that boat where like I was like the first thing dropped and I was so excited, and then like I watched it and I was like, oh, this is above my abilities. This is above my pay grade. I can't handle this.
But like the puzzles change each time. So like okay, I could solve those dumb, like in Spider-Man, there's a bunch of like the connect the pipe puzzles, like, oh, these electronics need to be. I could do that all day. If it's a sliding tile puzzle, I'm dead. I cannot do it. I'm no good at it. If it's math, I'm out. Like, so, you might look at it and go, oh, it's one of these, and just, it'll be your thing.
Do you want to drop a hint for the 17 people that are currently watching the stream? Do you want to tell them a little treat? Okay. Cool.
No. That's look, it's about the community solving it. And yeah, no, everyone's doing such a good job is the thing. Because there's mile markers on this and planning something out like this. Because obviously we have to get it done before Theriathon, but we don't want to end it too early. So like everyone's been doing such a good job. If there's a moment where it's stalled out, I'll poke it and give a hint or something. But usually, it's been fine.
All right. You guys heard it here first. Jason didn't give a hint because he just believes that much in the community.
Let's go with that. Yeah, that sounds great. Like, yeah.
Right.
Do you guys want to say anything while we're sitting here? Any final thoughts? Okay, that's great. I love it.
We have an opening in PG4, right?
We do. Yeah. We
Somebody could join our group.
It's true.
Yeah, we only have a couple of openings now. Like it's the Patreon groups have been very full, and yeah, thank you everybody, because good golly, every month something breaks. Okay, yesterday I was talking about our sunroof, right? I was an idiot. I haven't opened it since we got the car years ago, and I opened it because it was a nice day, and it's like, hey, let's get away from work. We're just gonna take a drive to the store, kind of get away from everything. I opened it, and now it will not close. The motor died, and apparently I thought it was around $3,000 to fix it. It is $7,000. So I guess we just got a hole in our roof for now. But I did find out that we've paid off most of the car, which is $33,000, and in 27 more payments, it's ours.
And that'll be great as long as we can keep the water out of it that long. So,
sorry. Okay.
Jazz Dog Jake said, I think Patreon Group 3 is going to make reasonable choices succinctly. So that's what we have to look forward to right now. If you guys want to listen to Patreon Group 3 play, we're going to be playing again 6:30 EST over on the the DNR Discord server. And I play Mimsy, and she's adorable, so you should come watch. All right.
So I will say, jumping off of having openings in PG, I seem to recall back when I first joined in, it was a dedicated wait list. I remember stalking to wait for an opening to try and get in there. So if you get a shot and you think you have a chance to jump in there and become part of it, it's not the same level of D&D that you're used to playing with your friends. It's definitely worth making that jump.
I thought it was like it's way worse. It's so
terrible. It's just
I can obviously only speak for the group that I'm on. It is chaotic, but it is very fun. We kind of have a running joke about how fast PG3 manages to blow themselves up, but we always have a blast doing it.
Haha, blast, I get it.
Same with PG4. I really like it. I've been playing with the same people for quite a while now, and it's always a good time. We die a lot, but not like recently. So we've been doing really good recently.
Most groups have been doing really well. It's been over a year, and some groups, I think tops have lost 3 or 4 characters. And for those particular groups, that's a good record. That's a really good record.
Well, and there's always an opportunity to die. That's one of the things that makes Theria different from the average campaign, is that there's a lot of GMs that they try so hard to play the entire campaign with kid gloves, where you feel like, maybe there isn't any real penalties. Nothing really is going to happen if I go ahead and push this red button. Oh, no, that red button will kill you.
I obviously don't want to make it overly deadly or anything, but stuff's got to kill. Stuff's got to kill, or why are we playing? Stuff's got to kill.
Session after session, death.
Without a threat, is it really a challenge and enjoyable?
Exactly. I do agree with that.
Consequence.
Yeah.
Consequence makes the story.
Bree linked me like a Tumblr post that ignited a rage in me I didn't know I had. And it was essentially, how was it? It was worded in the most Tumblr way I've ever heard.
1 second.
It was
I got
like
it right
non-trauma dice where there's no numbers on the dice. You just tell the DM what you feel you rolled in the moment. And I wanted to punch every monitor that sat in front of me that could display that image. There was just a white hot
All right,
ball.
so it said, trauma-free dice do not evoke a sense of failure. The lack of capitalistic numbers convey side equity. After rolling, the PC informs the storyteller what they feel like the number should be, and it's a bunch of blank dice.
Isn't that just LARPing?
But not in D&D. There's other systems designed for that.
There's so many systems designed for that, but people don't want to find those systems. They want to change existing systems. And it's obviously a bit. It's obvious. Like, that's why I sent it to
sure.
Jason.
Yes, there's a whole thing on TikTok, like it's just rage content, like someone playing like an Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like because I have sat down with people who like it's so rare. It's like 1 in 100 players, but it's like, do we really have to go by the dice? And it's like, yeah, because what's the alternative? Like
my fields. I don't think I should fail that roll. I needed to get a crit, obviously.
I don't think my sunroof should break, but it does. And,
Did you tell your sunroof that you don't appreciate that? And it...
Yeah, it closed on my hand briefly and then opened back up again and broke. Like it.
Oh, that was a fuck you if I ever saw one.
Man's got to have some law. Exactly, G Soto. Thank you.
So I do want to we got to close this out eventually, but I do want to say one of the things that while I was looking up the problem that we were having with the sunroof, the top comment on Reddit on a video that was essentially exactly what was wrong with our sunroof. Like it was a video basically from inside our car. And the first comment was like, did you try opening it while you were driving? You can't do that.
Now,
because
again, this isn't a convertible. It isn't a convertible. It is just a stupid little sunroof.
It's
and
a little
broke.
window.
And then the next comment was, I hopefully there's something in the track. If not, rip you. That's $7,000. Yep. And like looking it up, it's like, it sure is. Cause you have to take apart the entire top of the car to get to the guide wires and motor. It sounds like it's grinding coffee. And it's just, anyway.
And
sorry.
then, because it's Reddit, it was 7 posts of like, this is why I don't have a moonroof, which is always great. That's always what you want to hear us on a post asking for.
Every social media platform has that, like the Tumblr thing is very much is like, I don't believe in numbers. And then it's like, let me tell you why I outsmarted the system and you. I never got a moonroof. It's like, that's cool. That does not help me.
The title of this post is help me. Like, not tell me how much better you are. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, we should close this extended rest out. Thank you guys so much for coming and showing your faces and chatting with us and having a good time. We will, again, Group 3 will be playing in a couple of hours over on the Discord server. If you're not on the Discord server and you're listening to this, you really should be. And you can get extra credit in the Gleam right now if you, the Gleam contest that Jason's throwing. We'll throw it in the description below. And you can get an extra entry if you join the Discord server as well. But also you can participate in a bunch of conversations with a lot of really cool people and play an ARG if you're up for that.
Thank you guys. Bye.